Josh here, and if you've been following along, you would know that we took the engine out of an old GP1200R and put it into an FZR, and now we're calling that thing the FZ1200R. And the last time I had this thing out, which was the first ride on this particular swap, it wasn't running quite right. It was a bit rich down low, and so now we're going to be looking into some stuff to take care of that. But the biggest thing here is I'm going to be showing you guys how to take that stupid pipe out so you can get to the carbs. And then I'm going to be doing the pressure equalization mod on the carbs as well. And then we're going to take it out for a bit of a test ride. We're also going to run some top speed in the chop and on some glass smooth water and see what kind of performance we can get out of the FZ1200R. So on this particular machine, it just runs a little bit too rich. And after digging into it a little bit, basically I need to adjust my low speed adjustment or mixture adjustment, low speed mixture adjustment, slow speed side. And on these particular engines, the 1200R engines, that is actually underneath the carburetors, and there's absolutely no way to do it when you have this exhaust in here. So basically what I'm going to do is remove the tail piece here so that I can get to the carbs and adjust them. And I've done this quite a few times from owning quite a few of these power valve Yamaha motors, and I shouldn't say quite a few, mostly it was just the 1300R motor I was always taking apart, but I can do it pretty quickly, and I figured I'd just run head cam and I can just run you guys through what it takes to remove this piece. Now first I do these hose clamps, and then this piece here slides this way, and then you can get to the hose clamps inside. Gotta do the one hose clamp down here, if I can get to it. I'll do that with a screwdriver. Gonna just remove the spark plug wires and get them out of the way. Tuck those out of the way. Just gonna unplug the heat sensor, and that's not too tough. Okay, got that removed. Also gonna have to unplug the lower heat sensor, so I might as well do that now. Gotta go ahead and remove all the brackets. That'd be these guys and this one here, and then there's a bolt there, a bolt there. And I find that this bracket down here has to be completely removed, just so that you got enough space to get this pipe out of here. Gotta remove this hose here. It's like that's maybe a 10, and that's just on my ski that it's a 10. Who knows what it will be on yours? Could even be a spring clamp. Since this is custom, the original clamp is long gone. So I've got these brackets done, that one done, that hose clamp loosened. I still gotta loosen these. They are 7mm, and that is the original ones. See, are they 7? What am I using? Yeah, 7mm. You actually only have to loosen one of them to get this thing out of here, but it has to be real loose. And these parts go in a certain spot, so when this hose is on there, this hump needs to be over these guys so you can still get your proper water flow, and also so they don't rub on the boot and tear the boot. Alright, got that guy super loose. I've got to get these bolts down in there, and I may pull these ground cables. Your ski probably won't have these set up like that. That's just for my custom setup with this engine in this particular ski. These guys are 12mm, at least for me. It's kind of an awkward angle. I can get this bolt out by hand. That one I can, maybe can get from here. Well, it'll come out either way. So now I'll just slide it back. And now it's got to kind of tip out of here. And I may have to remove the spark plugs. I think I'm going to remove them, otherwise they might get broken. So you kind of twist it up like so. And it should twist in that clamp. And now is when you pull it forward. And the whole thing just comes up and out of there. It's seriously an insane puzzle. Like, the designers of that were just uncool, guys. Just uncool. Okay. Now we can get at the carburetors. And I'm hoping, I'm probably going to end up taking the air cover off. And then I'm going to go ahead and hopefully be able to get to the underside of these, because the low speeds are down here somewheres, and on these, the high speeds, they're marked with an H, and they are on the top. And on these on these R motors, the adjustment screws are capped off, so you do have to remove the cap, and that involves a bit of careful drilling to remove them. Got this pipe removed. It was about another 15 to 20 minutes to get that taken apart. And if you don't know how to do it, then that sucks, because you really got to know what you're doing. I guess that's not going to be all that helpful, but I got to remove this stupid thing now. I have a custom setup on these carbs. Basically, they are set up to bypass the accelerator pump, what these come with stock. So I have completely different jetting and settings on these carbs than a stock one would be. So I'm not really going to talk too much about the adjustment that I'm doing, because it's going to be way different than anybody with a stock boat would be trying to do. But I will say that initially I had set up the low speeds a half a turn richer, or a half turn out from the spec for the setup I'm running, because, you know, want to stay rich, so want to stay safe. But obviously it was running too rich. So basically I'm going in, or turning it in, leading it out a little bit on the low speeds to try to make this thing run a little bit better. About to reinstall this guy here, and it's really just the reverse process to install it. I've got the carburetors all adjusted and everything reinstalled except for that piece. And you really got to check yourself along the way. Make sure you didn't forget something stupid, because undoing everything to just do one bolt you forgot really sucks. Here's what it sounds like idling after reinstalling everything. Still quite smoky. Smoky, like, I don't sound stupid, a two-stroke is supposed to smoke. It seems excessive. At this point, I realized that I forgot to do something that I was wanting to do to these carburetors before I put it all back together. Remember when I was saying, take your time and be careful and make sure you get everything right before you put it all back together? Well, that's good information for myself. So I'm feeling a little bit, unhappy that I got to retake all this stuff apart, because it is kind of a pain in the backside. But really what I'm getting at is that I forgot to do the fuel pressure equalization mod, which is something I was planning to do to these carburetors, because basically it entails drilling out a very small pinhole for the return on these carburetors. And it is something that is easily clogged by just a little bit of dirt, and then it makes the carb run super rich. So if I can drill these out, and then I can I gotta put a certain jet into the return line to get the desired fuel pressure in the return line. And I believe on these it is a 105. I could be wrong. If you're planning to do this, definitely look this up for yourself. Don't just take my word for it, because you might end up with a blown engine. I've got the carburetors removed, so let's get into them. Drilling out the return line things. It's just this tiny orifice here. All 3 carbs have this. This mod has quite a few benefits, but the one I'm kind of after is opening up the tiny pinholes on the return part of these carburetors to prevent the thing where these get clogged and then your ski runs super rich. And I think we got something like that going on here. So I'm going to see about doing all 3, but I just kind of want to give you guys an overview of what I'm doing, because I don't want to go step by step through it. There is an excellent write-up on this on Green Hulk, and I can link that in the description, or if you want to ask for it, I can just comment it back to you. But just taking 1/8 drill bit, gonna drill it out, and it apparently you don't drill very far, so gonna be drilling it carefully. And then I'm gonna make sure to clean up all of the metal shavings for sure, and leaving the fuel filter in so none of the metal will go into the other side of the carburetor. There we go. And the write-up that I read on this was kind of sort of GPR specific, but the guy was saying he does it on every single one of these engines that's got any kind of restrictor in there. And the key to it is you gotta put an actual restriction somewhere in your return line. That's drilling that. I gotta do it all 3 carbs, clean everything up. I'm just gonna inspect everything while I'm here, and I'll just report back if I find anything weird. But other than that, that's doing this part of the mod, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and get a number 95 jet in the return line somewhere. The write-up on it suggests doing it here so that your drilled carbs have it in the carb so they stay together as a package. I kind of like the idea of it being somewhere else so that if it does get clogged, I can access it easily and clean it out. I did find one thing kind of unusual. I am checking the pop-off pressures on my carburetors, and I found that my center carburetor had low pop-off pressure. It was popping at about 18 psi, and the way these carbs are set up, they're supposed to pop off is supposed to be very close to 40. I know it sounds crazy, but that's just how these are set up. So this would have been getting too much fuel with a low pop-off. Basically, I just took the needle out and I cleaned it, put it back in, and now it's correct. So I don't really know what was going on with that, but that could have been something adding to our problems. That's why I'm just going through and checking everything here. I've got the carburetors reinstalled on here, so let's fire it up and see how it runs. So much less smoky. So much less. Crazy amounts less smoke. You guys remember before? It was like we were making a friggin' smoke cloud. It looked more like that all the time though. This looks way more normal. There's smoke, but not like billowing thousands of clouds of smoke. Made it out to the water and about to go for a little bit of a test. Idling a little bit lower than I would like, but honestly we're not fully warmed up yet or anything, so we're just gonna see what happens. it does off of the bottom again. Not bad. Getting kind of a smell going, so I'm gonna investigate a little bit here. Could just be burning off my handprints and stuff. Not seeing anything terribly wrong. Make sure my spit didn't boil when I spit on the catalytic converter. Seems okay. Whole shot not great though. Actually that was pretty good. Maybe it just needs to kind of clean the cobwebs off, clean up the spark plugs from it overfueling so much before. Shoot, let's do some waves. Run what?
Follow cam?
Yeah. If I can keep up. Friggin' adjustable.
It's a stand-up.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I gotta
super quiet. Whoa, doesn't feel very good though. That thing's so fast, I can't even move. Well, this is going to be a video about me riding this jet ski today. And this here is an FZR. Friggin' two-stroke monster. I can see it's a nano cell supercharged water monster. And we're going to go out and see. Ooh, I like the purple paint. Oh, I can tell there's a piece of, right there, piece of carpet missing. All sorts of bits that just aren't there. But you'd expect that from a 35-year-old ski, so. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I kind of thought that this thing was gonna suck, but I think I'm wrong about a good few things. Good few things in life I'm wrong about. This ski is pretty good. It's like a little bit of a ripper. I can tell he needs to do the D-plate mod immediately. That's just what he told me. I don't know. I don't know about D-plate mod. The people that ride stand-ups, D-plate mod means something else. And it's stupid. I wonder if the trim is all the way up or down. You know, I'm just happy that I got to be in the video. This is a miracle. Wow. I'll tell you, this is I like this better than that Ultra 130 or whatever we had. I think that's the last bigger ski I rode. Alright, you guys, I'm sure y'all saying, alright, Jacob, hey, shut up and put it away. I'm gonna. So, hold on. Wave black. I did it. Okay? Okay, now all you guys saying, shut up, Jacob, and put her away. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Last thing I'm going to do with this today is a speed check. Obviously it's choppy, so I'm not expecting any amazing results. 55.4. Accurate on this ski. I went to the river, did a top speed run, ran 58.2 miles per hour. 58.2. I think it could actually do even better. I think that the impeller, if it was changed out, it could do better. It's not optimal for this setup. It seems to just rev right on out. Super pumped on the results today with the modifications done to the FZ1200R, pulling 55 miles per hour in the chop and 58 miles per hour on smooth water. And remember to check out vintagejetski.com. They got parts for the older Yamaha and Kawasaki skis. They also got some pretty cool merch, t-shirts and hats and stuff, so definitely check them out. And use the promo code JetSkiBrothers for 5% off your order at vintagejetski.com.